I think it can still be a Superman movie based on what I'm about to say. Hey everyone, Andrew here, Melbourne Superman Super Fit Cosplay, and it's time to talk Superman 2025, directed by James Gunn, starring David Corn Sweat. So we have seen a lot over the last few months, really, about what we're going to see in this movie. We've seen Lex Luthor, we've seen Green Lantern, we've seen Maxwell Lord, we've seen Hawkgirl, Crypto, a lot of things happening. And there are a lot of you in the comments section that are sort of disputing the fact that people are excited about this because there's so much going into it, and the same people were sort of against that with the Snyderverse. In other words, there's been a lot of complaints about the Snyderverse because they tried to put too much in too quickly. And now it seems that the same people that were talking about that are excited about this, where we're seeing a lot being put in really quickly. Is it the same people? Who knows? But that's what the thoughts are. But I wanted to come on and talk about my plot theory, and I think that this is a pretty popular theory. I don't think that I've made this theory up. I certainly don't think I'm the first to have it, but I have a theory on where this is going. And now that we're getting more and more pieces to the puzzle, I think it's much more able to be put together, right? So I've hinted at this, but here's where I'm sitting at. So we've got a lot of things coming into this movie. So we've got two big companies that have all been confirmed, all but been confirmed. Luthor Corp, Lex Luthor's military technology corporation, and Lord Tech, company of Maxwell Lord. So this is setting up a sort of universe that is similar to The Boys in the sense that Vought, who uses these heroes as assets for money, power, profit, influence, and I have a sneaking suspicion that that's what Luthor Corp and Lord Tech are going to do. So it's going to be different in the sense that Vought owns the heroes, and that's what they do. That's their job. That's what's expected. I believe that these companies are going to pressure the heroes into doing the things that they want for them. Now, I don't know if these two companies, Lord Tech and Luthor Corp, will be vying against each other, or if they'll be in cahoots with each other, if they'll have any relationship with each other whatsoever. But I do believe that it will be different in the sense that the companies don't necessarily own the superheroes. But what they'll do is they'll pressure them somehow, blackmail, money, threats against their family, something that these heroes will. They'll get them to work for these companies, to do what they want, to move in this direction that these companies want. So these heroes will be sort of. They would have been on the job for a while, and they're burnt out, and they're corrupted, and they're doing the will of these two companies because they don't see any other way. And it's no longer being a hero to be a hero, it's being a hero for some ulterior motive. That said, I feel that Clark Kent is going to come into this world, and we're not necessarily going to see a team up as such. I think that that's what people are worried about, is that this is going to turn into a Justice League movie really quickly. But I think it can still be a Superman movie based on what I'm about to say. I think that Superman, Clark Kent, is going to come in and not be able to be corrupted by these two companies. And he's going to become that symbol of hope. He's going to become that hero that does the job, that becomes the hero because it's the right thing to do, not because that there's anything to profit from it, or because some company has sort of influenced him in such a way. And I think that's going to sort of spark a big struggle, a big here's the part in this video where I forget what the word is that I'm looking for. It's going to spark a struggle. It's going to spark a conflict. And that's going to be, these two companies see this hero as not corruptible. They're going to try to leverage other heroes against him. And I think it might be sort of a Batman v Superman in that sort of sense. I don't know that it's going to go that far, but I certainly think that this will be the way that we set up for sequels and movies ahead, because this is going to be a Lex Luthor that not only wants to save the world in his way, because that's what the best villains do. They believe that they're doing the right thing. he's going to see Superman as a threat to his profitability, to his company, and to what he wants. And that is going to see Lex Luthor become this person who doesn't want Superman to win. Maxwell Lord, who knows where that's going to fit in? We do know that the costumes have been made by Maxwell Lord, some of them anyway. So we can expect to see different costumes moving forward, I believe. So this will eventually, I think, turn into a narrative, almost a meta-narrative, about the commercialism of heroism, in such that people aren't heroes to be heroes, they're heroes to gain something. Not all heroes, but certainly, I mean, the boys did this the best. I mean, they're the ones that really did it first, really, in the way that they're doing it. Will it be like that? I don't think it will be as sinister and dark and whoa as the boys, but I think that there will be some elements in there because it works. Like, obviously, the boys works. The boys work? Well, the boys as a series is a singular entity, so the boys works. Quote, the boys, unquote, works. Grammar. So yes, I do think that Superman will eventually inspire these heroes to break away from the hold of these companies, and that's how the heroes will become what they will become. Will that set up for future movies for these other heroes? Of course, it's going to have to, because this movie is going to set up the DC Universe moving forward. So it stands to reason that if this is the thing that's going to set up the DC Universe, of course we need to see what's going to happen. Again, has that been a complaint for the Snyderverse, that they tried to set up too much too quickly? Sure, but I think if they do it right, and if they don't try to just streamline everything in, and I think that they just use those heroes as a plot device rather than the plot. I mean, it's a gray area, right? It's going to have to be part of the plot. But if they use that as a secondary point to what Superman is doing, because Superman's got to do something, right? Like, we can't just have a movie where Superman's flying around saving and getting cats out of trees. I mean, that'd be great, but he's got to do something. He's got to do something. And is it his own plotline? Yes. It's him stepping in, becoming that symbol of hope. It's him stepping in and becoming the thing that the people want to see, and the thing that gives us all that hope and makes us believe that heroes can be heroes. How he does that is this particular way. This is how we set up his relationship with Lex Luthor. And maybe it becomes like the opposite of what the Snyderverse is, right? Maybe it starts off with this, and then moving forward, it just narrows it down to eventually just Superman. Maybe that's what's going to happen. But that's my theory. That's what I think is going to happen. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Comment down below. I'd love to talk about it. What are your theories on what this plot's going to be? Do you agree with that? Do you disagree with that? Do you think it's silly to have all these things in? I'm sure some of you do. Let's talk. So look, that's all I have to say about that. Please, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notifications bell. Ding, ding. Once I get to 5,000 subscribers, I'm going to do my first live, so you can look forward to that. So let's get to 5,000. Let's hit that milestone. Look, thank you so much for watching. Catch me at Melbourne Superman on Instagram, and I will catch you next time.